Hi, this is the Happy House Hunters. And as you know, we do an in-person meetup once a month. And this past in-person meetup, we had Nate with us, and I was using my cell phone and it overheated and it shut down. And I thought, well, that's good because we were toward the end. And then when I got back to my office, I realized that it dropped the whole recording. I thought it just stopped recording. I didn't realize it had dropped the whole recording. So anyway, I have Nate on the line and we're going to just chat for just a moment. We go through the 6 F's of real estate: how to find it, how to fund it, then how to fix it, how to flip it, how to fill it, and then finally, what is your freedom number? And so Nate was with us talking about what is your freedom number. And he had a couple of great stories that he told us at our in-person meetup. And so I just wanted to ask him to tell us again, how does he determine what his freedom number is in real estate investing? So Nate, tell us who you are, what you do, and how you determine your freedom number.
Yep. So I am Nathan Price, real estate agent, investor, landlord, kind of everything. I've been self-employed now for 5 years, so I know how to work the ins and outs of everything we're talking about. And this is one of my favorite things to think about because I revisit my freedom number often as I learn new cool things in the world that I like to do. So kind of for me, one of the things to kick it right off is that I kind of reverse engineer what I want the ideal life to be like. So if I like traveling and I've enjoyed that, I just work that right into the numbers for the year. And then that becomes like a monthly payment that kind of you just kind of work that into what your freedom number is for like a monthly income that you'd like to have. And then you just go ahead and run with it. So one of the things that helped me kind of develop this is that when I was young, my uncle one day, I got pawned off on him. And he had to take me around to his work for the day. So I was a little nervous. I wasn't sure what he was going to do. So he pulled up in a brand new 1995 Lincoln Continental. It was super cool. I was thought it was the coolest car I'd ever seen before. We ended up going around and he was picking up checks from tenants that day. And I didn't realize what he was at the time, but he was a landlord of about a 40 units property portfolio. And so we drove around one day collecting checks and just I didn't really know what we were doing, but it was really fun. I enjoyed it. And as the day went on, I was just kind of curious, what are we exactly doing here? And so, at the end of the day, I got dropped back off with my mom and I kind of asked her, I was like, hey, what does Uncle Bruce do? And she responded and she said, well, he does something with real estate. He's an investor or something like that. And so that immediately got the gears turning from a young age. What is this career, this vocation? Because I know what firefighters are. I know what policemen are. What the heck's a real estate investor? And so, as time went on, I learned more about things. I was never a career path that was told to you in high school or anything like that. So I knew I had to investigate this for myself. So over the years, I kind of built this medley of what it is. And what I realized is that it's an opportunity to directly correlate. If I buy this and it makes me this much money per month, I can end up at this income. And it's just kind of like a life by design, is how I kind of put it. And so the freedom number for me, which is really exciting, is, when I first did this, I was thinking a lot smaller. I was like, okay, I need about $5,000 a month to have my freedom number. Then I could just do nothing. And what's interesting is as life's gone on, I realized I actually like to do things. My freedom number's gone up quite a bit, but right now I'm floating around the $15,000 to $20,000 a month freedom number.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah. And that way I can continue lifestyle. That would be traveling when I want. If I decide that I want to take a month and go to rent a house that's overlooking the ocean in New England, or go to Spain and backpack through Europe or do whatever, that amount of income, that freedom number would allow me to do that. And so one of the challenges I give everyone is that whatever you think your freedom number is, think about your bills. If you want to have a car payment, what the car payment is, insurance, what a nice generous cell phone allowance, put in there some clothes budget. Like you need to refresh the wardrobe every once in a while. Because remember, this is your freedom number for forever. I like to eat good food. So my freedom number would also include going out to eat every night. And that'd be every night. I don't,
Mark and I eat out every night. I get it. We eat out all the time. And for those of you that are listening in, Nate and I we're kind of in a little bit of a race on the lunch guy thing, because he goes to lunch somewhere amazing every day and has this amazing experience. And so whenever I have one, I have to post it just to kind of say, aha,
yeah.
I'm chasing you.
You are winning, by the way, that contest, because I have been slacking. You've been going to some really cool places. So yeah, I'm working on it. Well, and that's just it. How much fun do we have doing that back and forth? And all it is moving numbers on a piece of paper so we can afford to do that. It's not working harder. It's not working crazy hours. It's literally just adjusting our decisions we make with our investments to be able to have that outcome. And when I look at my freedom number, I'm a car guy, so like I would like to be able to have a nice car or have fun things, maybe buy a new motorcycle every once in a while. So I include that. I include a pretty generous monthly car allowance for my freedom number, and then that's going to be my cruising speed moving forward. And what's nice is that the freedom number will adjust with time, because the same thing with inflation and all these other things, rents go up. So when we're talking about, obviously, happy house hunters, we're happily hunting houses. As you acquire these properties, the rents will adjust with the market. The tax breaks you get, all these things that are benefits of real estate happen, they adjust over time too. So when we go through and we actually pick our numbers out, that's not a static, constant, forever number. It will adjust with time. And so that's one of the things that helps insulate you against the risk of, just having only one source of income, one job. We rely on our employers to give us a 3% raise every year when inflation's, 14% right now. One of the things that's indexing that too is if you look at what the rents are doing, rents and property values are going up just as fast as inflation is. So I think one of the things is that, you can definitely be nervous to hop in, but don't let it paralyze you, because once you actually start investing in real estate, that's where the gold is. That's where the magic happens. And I think one of the biggest things that kind of changed my life is that little road trip I took with my uncle that one day. That really showed me what a lifestyle looks like by design. We got to eat McDonald's in the middle of the day. I never got to do that before.
That started your lunch guy thing, didn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I haven't stopped. I carry way too many pounds than I should be right now, but I got a lot of money invested in this body here, and not in a good way. But so I would say, to put a bow on this, is that the freedom number is, don't think about the life you have right now. Think about the life that you want to have, the dream life. And then put a price on it, go research what it costs to travel to Switzerland, if that's what you want to do. Actually look at what the car payment is on a Lamborghini. If you want to be an exotic car owner, put it in the budget. If you really like cats and dogs and you want to become a full-time rescue person, how much does it cost to rescue animals? Because it's not cheap. But if that's what's going to fill your cup and make it your freedom number make more sense for you, then just put it in there. And then act accordingly with what you have to do to buy enough real estate to counteract or to offset that freedom number. So
it is just a number, because once I determined how much I had to make, and the way I determined my freedom number is I looked at my day job, my corporate job, determined what I was making in a year, and divided it down and said, okay, if I cash flow, between $200 and $500 per rental, how many rentals do I have to have that makes this day job optional? And that's exactly what I did. Once I knew that number, how many that I needed, and again, it fluctuates, it's all good, but it's once I knew that number and how many I needed, then that was the goal. The goal was to get that number of units. And I've surpassed that since then. And that's why I'm chasing Nate on the lunch guy thing, because now I can have lunch and dinner out at a restaurant every day. Anyway, I'm taking Mark on a surprise date tonight. We're going to a new place over in Springfield, and then we're going to go hear a band that he likes that he doesn't know. is playing
Cool.
tonight. So yeah, so we do mystery dates probably 2 or 3 times a month. And so tonight,
Cool.
mystery date thing. And I can do that because of my freedom number, because I'm not working a job. For those of you that know my background, I did 25 years in the salon industry where I sat behind a nail table, and boy, talk about being tied down. I had an appointment every hour on the hour, to where sometimes it was even hard to take that lunch break or that dinner break. And so, yes, the freedom number was so important to me. And so yes, Nate, great advice. Thanks for coming on and sharing that with our listeners. For those of you that are listening, we are going to still meet in person at Planks on Parsons. We come back again in July, and we start from the top in July. We do this every 6 months. We go through all 6 F's of real estate investing. And so in July, we start over with how to find those properties. So come on out to Planks on Parsons. And I can't tell you right off the top of my head who our speaker is, but we have a guy coming in to tell us how he finds all of his properties. So thank you for listening. Nate, thank you for coming on, and we will
Thanks for
see
having me.
everyone at Planks. Talk to you later.
Bye.